Josh, you talked about how important it is for the customer to be a key channel for companies. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, so things have gotten to the point now where 80% approximately of online consumers are engaged in social media in some way. About 1 in 4 are using the mobile web once a week. So when your customers are that powerful, you recognize that their voices are crucially important in your marketing. It is much better to get them talking about how great you are than to be telling them all the time how great you are.
Now, what was interesting, though, is our mid-market companies tend to lead the Fortune 500 in most categories, like open with their IT. Yeah. But here, they were crushed when you asked this simple question about kind of explain this question and how badly we responded.
Well, I just think that it's a challenge for companies in this environment to do what larger companies can do, which is to dedicate resources to these new applications. And when I think about mid-market companies, to use a simple tool like Radian 6 or to dedicate a little bit of somebody's time to monitor what's happening on social platforms, it's relatively easy to do. And what happens is you find your best customers, and really it is a lot cheaper to do that than advertising for one of these smaller kinds of companies. It's really much more effective to let a small number of your customers do the talking and reach out to other customers and spread the word.
Yeah, because half the companies in here were doing nothing about just simply monitoring Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn to see if their companies were just simply being commented on.
Well, one of the positives, one of the things I was impressed with, as we found from talking to this audience, is that they are far more likely to have an IT department that's actually helpful, and they are also more likely to be open to allowing employees to use things like social networks and YouTube and webmail at work, which means that they have the potential to have their employees actually be contributing here. It's just a question of recognizing that it could be an important corporate initiative to turn those customers into advocates.
And they probably have an employee who loves doing this stuff they're not even aware of, that would even do it kind of in their off time.
Well, I think that as I said, when I go into a company, one of the first things I do is to go out, and it takes me about 15 minutes to do a search on Google Blog search, on YouTube, on Twitter, find out what people are saying about them, and then I come in and shock the hell out of them by showing them that. Man, I shouldn't be able to do that because anybody could do that. And yes, you're right. Somebody in your organization, they may be 25, they may be 45, but somebody knows how to do that. They really should start to look at that as part of customer service, part of public relations, part of marketing.
Josh, I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.